Hi, my investor savvy friends. This is Kenn Renner, real estate broker here in Austin, Texas, Liberty Hill to be exact. And I'm here with Lana Kalinowski. She is a Tom Ferry coaching member. And we met at the Tom Ferry Summit. The thing about it is you can be able to talk about either just like some simple things like buying a house to help your kids go through college someday, or buying multiple houses, 10 houses, 20 houses. I have a lot of clients that are on that route so that they can become financially free. So it's great for financial freedom and it's great for legacy. And Lana didn't probably have any intention of buying a house in Texas at the time, but after connecting up with me and having a conversation, and then now her and her husband are now purchasing their first house from us here, and then we're going to help them get it leased and get the engine running. Tom Kalinowski is her husband that came down to Texas this week, and we toured him around, and he had a really good time and kind of fell in love with Texas. Lana, was that Tom's first visit here to Texas?
No, it was not first visit to Texas, but it was a first business trip while he visited Texas. It was very, very good. We
Well,
were
it's
very.
it's it's all a write-off now because now you're as being a real estate professional, and also him traveling to go buy real estate. There's a lot of beneficial tax deductions, including business expenses there. Of course, check with your CPA and all that because we can't give tax advice. But Lana, tell us a little bit about what you're doing and how we ended up getting you here in Texas to purchase property.
Thank you, Ken. Thank you very much for inviting me to your podcast, and it's a pleasure to be part of this. First of all, of course, I'm enjoying Tom Ferry coaching, and this is again thanks to this organization because this is how we met. So a little bit about like me and about where is my market. I'm a full-time realtor in Minnesota. So in Minnesota, it's a huge state. Let's say we have a 5.76 million population,
Yeah.
and majority of this population concentrate in Twin Cities. Twin Cities we call two biggest cities in Minnesota. So it's Minneapolis and St. Paul. So 3.71 million population
Okay.
concentrate on in Twin Cities. And I'm pointing on this because, of course, if we will talk about real estate, majority of this business and opportunities in real estate concentrated in Twin City area. Let's say right now we're having active on market about 17,000 listings, and 10,000 listings is concentrated in Twin Cities. Basically, like two sort of business it's in Twin Cities. So average of growth per year it's 20,000 people. If
Okay.
we look at opportunities to help our clients and customers to find houses, this is how many people constantly coming to state and looking for opportunity to buy, or if they don't have this opportunity, they start from renting.
What's the median price? You work in the Twin Cities pretty much, right?
Yes, I'm in Twin Cities, so average price for now, let's say for Minnesota, it's 350.
Okay.
To compare to 2023, it was 330, so it's plus 6%. And if we're talking about Twin Cities, it's a little bit more. Median sale price is 380. To
Okay.
compare to 2023, it was 370. So
Okay. So it's pretty affordable, really, when you think about it, as compared to the rest of the. That's what's the national average is just under 400,000. So you're right about the national average. That's great. But you said some of the reasons why you don't like to buy rentals in that area is mostly because the age of the homes and things like that, which require a lot more expenses. Tell me what your thoughts are about rental market and how it's different from what we were talking about, what you actually ended up doing.
Yeah, it's absolutely right. We're talking about rental market again because majority of life concentrate in Twin Cities, and a lot of work and younger people they wish to live in Twin Cities. But life is not super cheap over there, and housing is also not super affordable. But if we'll talk about the age of the houses, all houses in Minneapolis and St. Paul between like 70 to 100 plus years old. If someone want to make some investment to buy single family home or duplex or triplex, we still can find it. So they basically need to make a full renovation or very good changes that future renters gonna like. But again, this is pluses and minuses on it because again, it can be looks nice inside, but when we talk about exterior, and unfortunately age is taken over and we don't know where it can end. So we also can see a lot of builders taking advantage of this, or they buying older houses and they just completely rebuilding and building new construction because it's no sense to make an easy repairs, easy flip the house. It's more costly. So let's say if we will talk about new constructions, it's gonna cost not less than $650,000 per single family house in Minneapolis.
Okay, so they tear it down and or renovate, and as opposed to like new construction, where we have lots of land here to build on. It's mostly infill, what it sounds like, and it pretty much doubles the cost of a house if it's going to be brand new in the same neighborhood. But then you're surrounded by other homes that are not gentrified, and so kind of like the nicest home on the block, which is not where we'd like to be necessarily when we're investors. We like to be at the lower end of a higher end community. So when we first met, we were talking about some of the benefits of Texas, because you came, the event was in Dallas, and talked about Austin, some of the submarkets that we choose from, and then we also talked about that you and your husband are. What probably triggered a lot was the fact that you have some very substantial tax savings starting off with this first property. And we talk about our depreciation, which is our paper write-off that we get. And that'll help shelter, because you're a real estate professional, as designated by the IRS, you'll be able to write off that depreciation off of your ordinary income. Once again, check with your CPA, and we're not giving tax advice here. Every year, if they value the building, which is the depreciable part of it, $200,000, you'll get somewhere around $7,500 to, well, probably more like $10,000 in write-off. I guess your CPA had said it was more like 15,000, or anyways, you're getting a substantial write-off, which means if you have positive cash flow in the property, it's going to be wiped out by the depreciation write-off. And if you have extra depreciation, like I do on my tax returns, that gets to offset my ordinary income. And because you're in real estate and your husband's not, it's okay. You qualify as long as you do the 750 hours, the material participation, and 50% of your income producing activities are in those real estate related activities as stated by the IRS. Once again, check with your CPA. One thing that most of our 25 or so people at the meetup at the summit didn't know was cost segregation for single family homes. Tom's, one of his breakout speakers, did talk about cost segregation, but it's usually in context with commercial. But I was able to do cost segregation on several of my properties along. And all that really means is that the government allows you to accelerate depreciation, similar to you can with like buying a car that's over 6,000 pounds. That first year, you can bonus out the whole value of the car for depreciation purposes. Same thing, same concept with the house. You can take certain parts of the property and be able to accelerate that depreciation, give you a bonus to shelter your income so you can buy more property. We're just talking about the money that you can save is enough money for, like me, saving enough money in taxes. I don't have to, I'm zero taxes right now, even though I had a pretty darn good year. Zero taxes being paid because of the depreciation write-off that I have. And in good years, I'll do the cost segregation so that it will accelerate and protect even more of my income. It actually lowers my tax bracket. It's a fantastic thing. I didn't know about it until 2018, 19, when I was doing presentations in California, and one of the tax advisors got up and spoke, and I'm like going, I need that. I need that. But the CPA told me I was going to pay $155,000 in taxes in 2022. And I'm like, I don't want to pay $155,000. So I cost segregated 2 properties, and it almost wiped out my taxable bill. So hopefully you'll be able to do that yourself as well. All right. We're excited to see what your journey is going to be like. And we also was excited to see that, Tom, you took action. As soon as you decided this is something you did after our discovery call, Tom was booking an airline, and he was down here 3 days later, picking out his property. He got on the plane, did a 24-hour turnaround, had a good time with our team, and just tell what the experience was like from his point of view. He sounded pretty excited.
So let's say he was involved in all this process from the very beginning, but of course, like you and me, we are professionals, right? So he is mostly from the side, like a client,
Yeah.
Of course, with my support, with you support, but again, majority of our clients and people, they think about or dream about something you mentioned. You need to take action to make it happen. And sometimes maybe this is not the smartest way, but this is what's happened, again, because it was my dream and it was my goal. So sometimes we're helping our client, but to help our client before, it's better to make it own experience. Of course, if it's a positive experience. Right now, I'm getting this experience, and it's going to be much more easy to me to explain and encourage my clients, future clients and friends, if they want to invest money. to follow my path, because they don't have to create anything. Everything is checked. Everything is already well known. They will know all maths and understand that this process works. Of course, it's everything risky. We don't have this crystal ball for everyone, but it works, and we'll see where it's going to bring us. And
So,
to talk about
yeah.
experience of my husband, I'm like real estate professional. I know that the best deals with the builders, it's happening at the end of the year, because they close in their budget and they giving a huge discount to buyers. And being on the side of the buyers, being a buyer, we get a great discount. We get like 35,000 discount, right?
35,000 was the discount. So
Yeah.
tell me what it was the sales price on the home that he ended up, and it was 1,266 square foot, very nicely laid out, 42-inch cabinets, vinyl plank flooring, granite silestone countertops, really great floor plan, just under 1,300 square feet. That'll rent for about $1,595, $1,550. In the summertime, we'll probably get $100 a month more for that. Tell me what the price was and how that went down, and what did you get along with the interest rate and the points and things like that. How did it all come together?
Yes, we finished with 220, and price was like 35,000 more without the discount. So
Right.
we saved 35,000. This is fantastic. And it's again, we are always satisfied when our buyers buying their property, and we can see these numbers and we're happy for them. But to be a buyer and get this discount, it's make you really happy. We save on the price, and except of this, we get 2% from the builder for covering our closing costs, which is also great to us to get extra 4,500. It's just wonderful idea.
Well, and that's great too. But you also, since I earned a commission and you're a broker agent, I paid out 30%. And fortunately, the property that he chose was one of the builders' closeouts for their fiscal year, and they were offering 5% commission. He'll be getting about $3,300 back as a referral fee, which is pay for your sprinkler system, get everything set up, an additional bonus for you. And so that's kind of what we're encouraging our clients like Lana. Once she gets it and understand the process, she can tell her clients as well and say, this works. And I'll be sending her checks for anywhere from $2,500 to $5,000, depending on what price point. We also have several people that buy multiples. That's what's great about investors, is though, if it works, and you're one of them, if it works, it will come back and buy more. And so that kind of plays into what we're doing. But pretty interesting that builders here still are very realtor related, and they are bonusing out those commissions, which I didn't even expect. I didn't know it was even on there until I got the contract. Congratulations for you on that, and get a referral fee from me, and have an extra $3,000-4,000 sitting in the bank after closing. And I want to tell the people listening on the podcast what we do. We do all the research. We find the areas. We find very specific properties in very specific areas, and they have to fit our model. Then once you made a decision, you had to get your financing pre-approved and sign a contract and send in your earnest money. And from there, you're under contract. And then we handle all the rest of it as far as walkthroughs, inspections, setting up your property management, getting it leased. That's the number one thing concern about our clients, is don't want an empty property. So this time of year, we have several different types of strategies to help them get those things leased, at least to get enough exposure on it. We do open houses for rentals. I don't know of any other brokerage that does open houses on rentals. We do Facebook group blasts in all the areas that people moving to this area. We have all these Facebook groups that we post these in. Everybody likes brand new construction home. We do direct mail to the apartment complexes nearby. We realize that our clients are depending on us to help the property managers augment their efforts to get these things leased. If it sits empty for more than a month, they get nervous. If it sits empty for 2 months, they're like, this wasn't a good idea. So I take it personally responsible to at least put the marketing efforts that I'm good at to get these things up and running and get them leased. And then once it's leased, it's pretty much just turnkey operation. They usually stay 2 to 3 years. You'll never talk to a tenant. Property manager handles it all. What we try to do is turnkey investing. And most of our clients are out-of-state investors. They're super busy, like you and your husband, don't have time to deal with a fixer flipper or anything like that. They just want to put their head on the pillow, know that their value, they got value going in, values going up. Rents are covering the note plus positive. And then over time, it'll be paid off. And that's what we're looking for. Multiple properties paid off by the time you're ready to retire. You just took the first step. You just went and bought an investment property on faith, and then plugged into our network. And now hopefully you even shared it with your broker about the about the opportunity. So I appreciate you becoming a client and also going down this journey with us and hopefully sharing it with the people that you know. And appreciate you once again.
Yeah, and I also want to say, like at the very end, to all people who watch this podcast and whatever, like stay tuned, I will share what's happened next.
Yeah, stay tuned, right? Okay, Lana, do you have any more questions or you want to say anything more to your clients on the
I just want to say stay positive. If you have your goals, just not dream, put them on the paper. Like Tom
yeah.
Ferry say, put it all over the place in your house, and those pieces of paper will remind you about your goals. And just act, put your dreams to actions, and you're gonna succeed and be successful and happy at the end.
Awesome. Well, I'll see you in Florida in January at the retreat, and I look forward to helping you with your next one when the time comes, and your clients and anybody else that wants to know more about Texas. I'm here for you. So my name's Kenn Renner, 512-423-5626. Kenn, Kenn at buyaustin.com. And Lana, anybody that's moving or relocating to Minnesota, you're going to be obviously the first person of choice. So give us your contact information for people to be able to get a hold of you if you're trying to get to Minnesota.
Yes, my name is Lana Kalinowski. I'm working with brokerage named Edina Realty. We're the biggest brokerage in Minnesota. And my phone number is 651-706-6661. And email address lanakalinowski@edinarealty.com. But I think it's easy to find me on Google, on Instagram or Facebook. All my profiles is open, and I would be happy to help anybody who dreaming to move to the state of 10,000 plus lakes. Welcome to Minnesota.
Well, enjoy the 10,000 lakes, and hopefully the winter won't be too harsh on you guys this year. Or now you've got a house in Texas, you could down
Yes,
here.
we do.